Yes, indeed. Be of good cheer. Remember, it shall never be so dark. The sun shall rise again. Time at almost 20 minutes past 7. I'm sure the usual suspects are lined up for this particular song. Shouting out to you, Ishmael Ejekumahini, have a beautiful day. Shouting out to you, George Mason, have a good one. Shouting out to you, Nana Kobo, good morning to you as well. Shouting out to you, Kwesi Enineje Bonsu, have a beautiful day. Greetings to you, Kenel GKT Sam. Salute. Line by line forward. And a very good morning to you, SKT, Mr. Stanley Tano. Have a good one, bro. Warm regards to you and your family. Happy birthday to you, Mr. George Inti of Ramsaya Presby Church, Taifa. May your day be blessed, Mr. George Inti of Ramsaya Presby Church, Taifa, from your sweet wife Gladys. Your children, Nana Kwejo, Nana Yao, Mavis, Loretta, Susie, Nana Kofi Nipa, and the entire family to you. Uchinkwa. And my man is a year older today. Carlos von Brazzi, shouting out to you wherever you are this morning. Have a blessed birthday from the boys, Big Sam, Kofi Amankwa, Pap T, Kwesi Bafo, and Group Chair Nana P. Warm regards to you, Brazzi. Yeah. And this one says to Kofi Oting AJ of Akraka Blow. Happy birthday to you, Kofi Oting AJ of Akraka. It's from your dad, Brad J, your mom, Equia, your uncle, Globus, your auntie, Portia, and the entire family to you, Kofi Oting AJ. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy. And this one says, best wishes to you, Mr. and Mrs. Andor, as you celebrate 10 years of togetherness. Husband and wife, happy 10th wedding anniversary. Mr. and Mrs. Andor is from Baba and Ruby to you. Birthday number 65 to Mrs. Naomi Lamte. You're a presbyter at Greenwich Meridian Community 1. Enjoy your birthday, Mrs. Naomi Lamte. It's from your husband, Mr. Abraham Odate Lamte, and your children, Ray Lante, Na Lamle Lankwe, your in-laws and grandchildren. Wishing you God's blessings. Birthday wishes to you, Tosh Bella. Long life, plenty money, and God's blessings to you, Tosh Bella. It's from General in Koswahini Niduku, James Pato, Elolo Zola, Honorable Musa Ziad, Esse Jr. of Amamomo Youth Palace. Wishing Nigel Ni Note Noi long life and prosperity. From your lovely mom Susanna Andor and your sister Stephanie, Grandma Elfrida and your dad James Pato. Happy birthday to a lovely wife Susanna Andor. Wishing you God's blessings. It's from James Pato and your children Ninole, Ninote, and your mom Elfrida Ado. Blessings to all of you. And somebody's 30 years old today. That was me 22 years ago. Happy birthday, Jehoshua Victor Wright of GTP in Tema. The Lord bless and keep you, Jehoshua Victor Wright of GTP in Tema. Happy birthday to you. Kwame. And this one says, best wishes to a dear wife and a loving mother. Happy birthday and happy wedding anniversary to you, Mrs. Janet Mami Sasu. See, I'm sure you know it's from Kwame. That is Colonel Kwame Sasu. It's from Nanaya Mami Kwianerama to you. We love you, Mrs. Janet Mami Sasu. Enjoy your birthday. And congratulations of 21 years of being together. And I'll pay you Academic City University College. They were in the news for all the right reasons over the weekend. Engineer Dr. Lucy Ejepong is here this morning. Seated where her brother sat the other day. Carlos Von Brazi, happy birthday to you, my brother. Wishing Carlos Von Brazi everything that you wish for yourself. It's from the boys, Big Sam, Kofi Mankwa, Pap T, Kwesi Bafwa, and Group Chairman Nana P. Much love to you, Brazi. Mrs. Alice Opare is 90 years old today. To God be the glory. Happy 90th birthday to you, Mama, Grandmama. It's from all your children and grandchildren. He's a lot strong and mighty. Yes, we're See, I'm an overcomer. And this one says, Chairman General, my wife is 40 years old today. Wishing my lovely wife Elizabeth Akusia Akomensa of South Doko. Enjoy your day from your husband Pakwisia Akomensa of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. This wedding queen, wishing Mr. Adomako Boateng of Kofodia happy 70th birthday, Mr. Adomako Boateng. Is from Reverend Dr. Kofi Inchi and Catechist and Mrs. Chi Ofosu of Ebenezer Congregation Treba. 70 and counting. Vicentia Adadzoa A. Kings is 22. Birthday wishes to you, Vicentia, from your parents, Lawyer Ebo A. Kings and Justice Ananda A. Kings. Hosanna. Hey, Rusty Boat, why you on there? I know they see him. SWO Senior Warrant Officer Alex AJ of GMA Ghana Military Academy says belated birthday wishes to my son Alex Nanayao AJ aka Chief of United Church School Teshinungwa Estates. Stella Ifuanyan Tichua of Ghana Water Company, happy birthday to you. Stella Ifuanyan Tichua from Mrs. Diana Santi to you.
FM 104.3.
Studio time checks 25 minutes to 8. Piece 1043. This morning we have engineer Dr. Lucy Ejipong. She's the Associate Dean of Engineering at Academic City University College. Should I start by saying engineer Dr. Lucy? Which one should I?
Just Lucy will do.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you too?
Very well, thank you. Interestingly, your brother sat in the same seat.
I watched that interview
and
actually.
referred to you.
I was hoping he didn't say baby last week.
Well, he did. He did, actually. I'm sure you heard him say that.
Yeah, I did, actually.
He did. He said, your baby last summer.
Yeah, he always does that.
Anyway, Lucy, how are you today?
Oh, we are doing well, by God's grace.
Great.
Really doing well.
Great. Well, for me, I was there, so it's not about me this morning, though. It's about those who went there. You were in the news all over the weekend.
Yes.
And tell us, what's Academic City University College?
So, Academic City University College, right now we can't say it's a new university because we've been around for the past 5 years now. But it's a university, undergraduate university, that is looking to change the narrative, that is looking at bringing practical applications, real life experiences to the way we teach, modernize the way we teach so that it's more reflective of upcoming industry trends. So over the last weekend, as you were aware, we had our first graduation ceremony of our first cohort, which was super exciting. I'm so excited about those students and what they're going to be achieving. But Academic City thrives on 4 main pillars that the university is built on. The first of it being that whenever you're teaching, anybody has to be experiential. They need to be able to touch it. They need to be able to feel it. And they need to be able to walk it. So when they go to industry, they actually recognize the same tools, the same processes whilst they are there. The second of our pillars is what we call unified learning, because we know that
Unified learning,
because we know that in the real world application, nobody works in isolation. You have a team of experts from different diverse backgrounds who come together to achieve a single thing. Even in this studio that we are, you have sound engineers, you have journalists, you have different expertise and skills here.
Exactly.
So why is it that when it comes to teaching, we want to teach people in silos? So at Academic City, we're very deliberate about that. We bring a lot of skills, a lot of backgrounds together, so they work on a similar project. They can learn from each other, leverage on each other's expertise. The third of our pillars is what we call contextual learning, which means that everything that we learn, we need to make it relevant to the continent you're living in, to your local community. How does it relate to your immediate community? How does it transform the lives of people on your doorstep? So whenever we teach them global principles, we still bring it home to what does this mean for Ghana? Okay. And the last of our pillars is what we call extensional learning, which basically says that we want to build lifelong learners. We want to give them the essential tools and toolkits to be able to apply themselves wherever they find themselves. So even in the 4 years, even though we can't teach them everything, we will give them everything they need so that they can thrive in whatever industry they find themselves.
Now, what's Academic City doing differently from what we have in all tertiary institutions?
What we are doing differently, I think, is in how we implement our ethos and how we implement our pillars. So when you come to our classrooms, first of all, we have the benefit of the small class sizes, which means it's very interactive with the students. But more importantly, it's in the teaching. Let's use if I'll use an engineering as an example, and it's easy for me to do that because I work with the engineering department. Is that everything that you learn within that same week, we have. For every 3 credit hour course, you do actually 5 hours, 2 hours of teaching and then 3 hours of practical application. You don't have to wait like twice in a semester to do practicals. You do it every single week. And those are some of the things that we are doing differently. We're working directly with industry. We're trying to see what are some of the new and emerging challenges that are coming up and how do we infuse it into our curriculum. So what Academic City is doing differently, if you look at some of the courses we're offering courses that are future ready, that are looking at solving immediate problems. So if you look at our course under industrial and systems engineering, which is looking at production, manufacturing, the knowledge needed to do that. If you're looking at robotics engineering, we're looking at artificial intelligence, biomedical. These are all future-proof technologies, and we are infusing new and emerging technologies within them so that our students are able to compete very well in the global workforce.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned that you can't exactly say you are a young university, but you're still pretty much young.
Yes.
Walk us through the journey. How's it been like?
Oh, I think the journey has been fantastic. I remember that when I joined, Academic City was just about a year old. And I've seen the transformation within our students, particularly in our first cohort that we have graduated. You can see the transformation of what the students have become. If I can cite a few examples, how the journey has been. It started off rough because I think when we first started, our buildings were not complete. We had the site, we had the plan, and it required a lot of people, at least with the first inaugural batch, to be able to trust us and say, listen, we have this vision that we are going to be able to implement. And over the last 4 years, we've come leaps and bounds. I mean, you come to our campus now, you can't recognize it from when the first inaugural batch came
it happened to me.
Yes, we have beautiful sports facilities, students facilities, but more importantly, there's this sense of student-led initiatives on our campus where our students are coming up with these amazing projects and being able to showcase it on our campus. I have people calling me, students calling me all the time saying, oh, Dr. Lucy, I want to come and see because I have this idea. A couple of us want to do this. How do we make it feasible? So if you look at the transformation, I think the students are a classic example of how we've evolved. When they come to first year, you can see how green they are and how is a little bit of a shock to the system in terms of how we do things. But by year 2, by year 3, they start to evolve into these independent, strong-willed leaders who want to make a change.
Wow. And so Academic City University College, in case you just tuned in, I have here engineer Dr. Lucy Ejepong, the Associate Dean of Engineering at Academic City University College already. Somebody has sent me a message saying that this one, I'm keeping it in the family. No, I'm not. Academic City has actually been here a couple of times. And it's not about me, really. It's about what they do. And now, Lucy, what would you attribute to your success in this competitive industry? What would you say is your greatest accomplishment so far? 4 years, first graduation, and what would you attribute it to?
Okay, so I think from an academic, one of the reasons why when you go out there and you say you have a university, people ask you, oh, what are your graduates doing now?
Exactly.
And at that time, we hadn't been able to graduate anybody yet. But even at the time in the university, some of our greatest accomplishments have been some of the projects our students have come up with.
Yeah.
I remember if you throw our mind back about 2 years ago, our students were very integral in coming up with the low-cost ventilator project. We have a student called Wisdom Mahami, who actually built a 1,000-egg incubator, 1,000-egg capacity incubator, where about 10 of them are actually functioning now in the north. He's built an aquaponics factory as well, and he's doing amazing. We have students who have built, or rather adapted, existing wheelchairs to come up with low-cost automatic wheelchairs. We have them designing electric bikes, autonomous vehicles. And I think that transformation is amazing because when we talk about the pillars that we say, when we talk about our experiential learning, when we talk about our contextual learning, you actually see it on our campus now. You come to our campus and you see so many projects that are thriving, and these are student-led. One of, I think, my greatest accomplishments, I would say, within Academic City is us graduating our first batch, knowing that some of them are going into industry. So we have some of them going to Goldman Sachs. We have some of them going to industries within Ghana. We have some of them going to do their master's degree. But then we also have some of them who are launching their own medical business as well, to come up with medical devices that are adapted to suit the local community.
So, what have been some of the challenges? You're making it sound like it's been a rosy ride. Definitely, I'm sure you had some pitfalls.
Yes.
What has it been like?
So starting as a new university is always challenging, knowing that you have a vision and a mission of what you want to try and achieve, and how do I put this in a nice way? But however, being confined by bureaucracy and steps, that's always been challenging for us. So Academic City is one of those institutions that we would like to be able to, open up the idea of STEM education far and wide, even to art students, even to business students. But then within the confines of, accreditation and the likes, it sometimes can be a bit difficult within that. Some of the main challenges we faced when we started, obviously, was with student numbers, because at that point it was like, Academic City, who are you?
Exactly.
So having to get over that hurdle and explain was more or less Prof's vision, that's Professor Fred Magbagaluri's vision, and getting people to buy in, that wasn't very easy. However, when people met Fred one-on-one, it was an easy sales, because he knew what he wanted, he knew the vision. But then it took us a while to start ramping up. I mean, if you look at our intake for our first batch, we're looking at about 43, 45 students. If you look at our second intake, it went about 50, and then gradually we started to see the boom. So those currently in level 200 right now are about 100, and those in level 100, we had almost 100 and almost 200 students last year. So we are seeing that growth. We're starting to go over some of the hurdles of a new university, and I think people are becoming more aware of who we are and what we are trying to do, how we are trying to change the narrative.
5 to 10 years, what would it be like?
Oh, I expect it to be amazing, because I know that a lot of great universities made more of their strides in like the 5 to 10 years after they started. In 5 to 10 years, we see Academic City still being a very, very strong competitive university within the engineering fields, within the STEM focus field, and also coming up with programs that are strengthened to transform our nation. So we'll still be doing the new and emerging technologies, just as we've introduced robotics engineering, just as we've introduced artificial intelligence, just as we've introduced biomedical, industrial and systems engineering. We will look to strengthen and come up with more programs that will be able to transform our nation. We will look at the gaps that exist within our nation and say, what are some of the causes, and how do we prepare graduates so that they come out and fix these problems? In 5 to 10 years, that's where I see us transforming, becoming a well-renowned undergraduate university, and also start some postgraduate degrees as well.
Well, somebody says she's talking a lot about engineering. Is that all they offer, only engineering?
Actually, no. Engineering comes easy to me because I'm an engineer. But in Academic City, we also offer business administration. So we do the business administration and banking and finance, accounting, human resource management, marketing, and entrepreneurship. And what is interesting about these courses that we infuse, again, new and emerging technologies within them. We're looking at fintech, we're looking at digitization, all having an entrepreneurial focus. Our business administration also does something that is quite unique. That says, basically, if you have an idea already, or if you want to start a business, you can then come into Academic City and do a bachelor's and business administration degree in entrepreneurship, and we will guide you over the 4 years to develop it.
Is that what Wisdom did?
Actually, Wisdom came in as an engineer. At that time, we're not offering entrepreneurship yet. So entrepreneurship started, we offered it 2 years ago. So we're guiding him through our technology and entrepreneurship center to launch some of his ideas. From communication arts, we now have a very vibrant communication arts department, which you'll be familiar with.
Yes.
Some of our pioneering students have fought for our media labs and our studios, which we now have. We have some industry people coming to help them. We have the ACT radio, ACT production. So under that, we offer journalism and mass communication, and we also offer advertising and PR. And again, we infuse new and emerging technologies. We have an underlying core of entrepreneurial thinking within that, and a business focus for them as well, so that hopefully they come out, join industry, or start their own thing.
Right, so inauguration is coming up. What exactly is it about?
So finally, we are going to officially outdoor academic city. And we wanted to do this deliberately after graduation, because once you've had your first people out there, once you have the evidence of the work that you said you were able to do, it gives you that excellent opportunity to show what academic city is all about. So we're having our inauguration on the 17th of August. This is an open invitation to all your listeners, yourselves. We want to see everybody there. We have the honor of the Vice President, Bahomia, who said he's going to grace the occasion. We are very excited about that. We also have a Global Peace Ambassador coming to as a guest speaker, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who will also be there. We're inviting industry experts, we're inviting institutions, everybody to come see our campus, come see our journey so far, and see what the future looks like with Academic City.
So that's the 17th of August.
Yes, please.
That's in a few days from now.
Yes, I think it's next week, Wednesday.
Next week.
Yes.
Wednesday. Academic City University College. Somebody is looking for you. What do they do?
Okay, so you can find us on our website, which is www.acity.edu.gh, or you can give us a call directly on 0262 693 960. That's 0262 693 960, and give us a call if you have any questions regarding your wards, regarding some of the programs we offer, even if it's just for your younger children who are not of university age, to be able to come to a place where they can experience STEAM, that is science, technology, engineering, arts, maths, in a different way. Bring them to our campus and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, somebody says to ask you, have you started short courses for business professionals?
So that is something that's actually in the short to medium pipeline.
Because he says if somebody wants to do web application development for, say, 4 months,
yes,
do you have things like that?
We're packaging it at the moment, and we look to roll it out very shortly.
Okay, so Nanaya, it will happen. When it does, trust me, I'll tell you about it. So, Engineer Dr. Lucy Ejipong, Associate Dean of Engineering, Academic City University College. Congratulations and thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having us.
Thank you. Anytime. Well, I guess I'm sold, aren't I? Peace 1043. Yet why you so live in your ear. It's your 40th birthday. Welcome to Old Age. Equia Boatima Judith is from the camp of Obiaboa. Delay Nana Forte, Sam George, Yao Sechi, Kevin. We say God bless you. Happy birthday, Equia.